Are you ready for a full ship tour of Royal Caribbean Star of the Seas? We've got a full tour of everything you can see, do, explore, eat, and enjoy on this amazing new cruise ship, and I've got an exclusive look just for you to see everything before you get on board. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Star of the Seas is the second ship in the Icon class, and it is instantly one of my favorite ships in the fleet. It is absolutely packed with neighborhoods to explore, relaxing vibes, and plenty to do, including some amazing adrenaline rushes as well. Plus, there's brand new dining, entertainment, and family experiences as well. So I'm going to take you all throughout the ship, deck by deck, to give you a look at all the pools, restaurants, bars, and unique places that I think you'll love to see on Star of the Seas. So if you booked a cruise on Star of the Seas, or you're just curious to see what it looks like, I've got a wall-to-wall look at what the ship has to offer and give you that inside look. We're stepping on to the most relaxing spot on Star of the Seas, and that is, of course, Royal Caribbean's Chill Island neighborhood. This is the ship's dedicated pool zone, which is designed for like laid-back vacation vibes. You're going to have different pools, views of the ocean, plenty of loungers, and of course, if you're looking to, well, worship the sun, well, you'll have plenty of opportunity there. Chill Island is all about unwinding at sea, and there are bars we're going to be seeing, and really just everything you can possibly enjoy with a view of the ocean involved, or at least in water, maybe with the pool. We'll get to that in a second. So let's take a look around the pools, the best places to grab a drink, and a few hidden corners you're going to want to know about if you're going to be spending time in Chill Island. Starting with Royal Bay Pool. Royal Bay Pool is the closest thing you'll find to a main pool. It's the deepest pool, it's the biggest pool on Star of the Seas, and there's not much to this pool other than being the biggest pool on the ship. Not only is it a large pool, but there's lots of loungers here that surround it, and I would say this is the closest thing to the family pool. I think kids tend to gravitate towards it because it's rather large, and there are whirlpools around it that you can go into, and of course, like all the pools you'll be seeing here on this tour, they're available to all guests, and there's no cost to them. Now, the really nice thing is you're going to find lots of loungers around Chill Island. In fact, I really think Royal Caribbean has done a tremendous job with making sure there are enough chairs, because inevitably when you're in the pool deck, I feel like trying to get a pool deck chair is hard to do that. But here in Chill Island, I suppose it could be full, but you're really going to have to struggle not to find a chair. Next up is Swim and Tonic, which is a swim up bar. Yeah, I know you're already sold on it, right? I don't have to tell you anymore. Well, we'll still talk about it anyway, because Swim and Tonic is a really fun idea. Now, Swim and Tonic is available to guests 18 and up only. Royal Caribbean made that change shortly before Star of the Seas debuted. And the idea here is you have a swim up bar, and of course you can enjoy that swim up bar vibe right here on Chill Island. What I really like about this, of course, is that you're in the pool enjoying drinks. There are in-pool loungers to go to. It's a really relaxing place, and this is probably my favorite pool to go to because I just love the vibe of it. It's not a party place necessarily. It's more like, hey, let's be in the pool and enjoy a drink together, and I think it's really fun. There are loungers that are outside of it as well, so if you're not interested in being in the pool or want a break from being in the water, these are some really nice areas, and there's also a hot tub at Swim and Tonic for you to enjoy as well. Next up is the Cove Pool. The Cove Pool basically is a pool with a view, and one heck of a view, might I add. I mean, the really cool thing is it looks out to the ocean itself. One thing Royal Caribbean really wanted to have with really all of Star of the Seas is to have lots of connection to the ocean itself. So in this pool, the idea is not only can you enjoy being in the water, but seeing the water, because for a lot of people, being able to see the ocean and what's around them is really important. That's a really nice thing about the Cove Pool for sure. There's also a lot of seating in Chill Island that's in the shade, and as somebody who does not enjoy being out in the sun, I love this idea. You're also going to find different hot tubs around as well. Some of the hot tubs have shade, some of them don't, some of them are very large, some of them are small, and really what's great about it is you can find one that works for you, maybe one that's not super crowded, and hop into that. Next up is Cloud 17. Cloud 17 is located on, well, Deck 17, and this is the most remote pool of them all. Odds are, if you're looking for the least crowded pool, it's probably Cloud 17, just up on Deck 17, and there's no other pools up here. So it tends to be the least crowded because most people don't even know it exists and or are willing to make the trip up to Cloud 17. There is actually a bar nearby. The Lime and Coconut Bar is available here as well, so you don't have to go too far to grab a drink. But what I really like about Cloud 17 is the fact that it just feels like it's a little far away from everything else going on, which gives it that more relaxed feel to it. There are also these really nice hot tubs as well that kind of look like, I don't know, golf tees to me? I'm not sure. Maybe that's just a me thing. But walking around the deck, there's also seating around, there's chairs, there's loungers. I mean, really, you don't have to go very far to find somewhere to sit. It can be challenging sometimes to get chairs on the pool deck, especially on sea days. But one thing I really like about the fact that you have Star of the Seas is that it does really feel like there's plenty of seating, including these day beds, which are really nice to go to. So it's really just a matter of getting up early, quite frankly. But even if you were to roll out of bed a little bit later, I still think you'll find somewhere to sit. Maybe it won't be in the shade or in the sun, but yeah, anyway. The next up is the lime and coconut. The lime and coconut is spread across all 3 decks. There's multiple locations, but it's the same bar serving the same drinks. But this is a really fun tropical bar vibe. And what's really great about this is it's going to have all of your traditional I'm at a pool or I'm on a cruise ship type drinks, along with other more creative drinks. So Royal Caribbean, when it comes to this drink menu, tries to lean into 2 different directions. The traditional drinks, the strawberry daiquiris and the pina coladas, but also some new creations like the Goombay Smash. In fact, up on deck 16 is the frozen drink bar. So here they actually have the frozen drink dispensers ready to go. So that way you can have your drinks without waiting for somebody to make the mix and put it in the blender and all that. It's a really fun idea, and it definitely makes not only your drinks come out quicker, but there are also some interesting options, including 2 different zero proof, so non-alcoholic options, which are great for kids or for adults who simply don't want to drink a lot of alcohol. Again, it makes it easy and quick to get these kind of drinks and create, and you can mix and match. And this is part of what makes Royal Caribbean so fun, is that they're not just doing roll out the same old stuff all the time. You've got different drinks to consider, and that's really a nice option to have all those things. Next up, there's some seating all around the lime and coconut. And again, you can enjoy the seating with a drink, you can read a book, you can suntan, you can take a nap, you can do all those things in once. And I'm really impressed how much seating there is around it. I mean, this video tour is going to show you as much as we possibly can, but there's a lot. Now, if you want a dedicated area, there are casitas you can rent. Casitas are day beds that you can rent for purchase. You can purchase them on sea days or port days. It does cost more money on a sea day than a port day, but the idea is simple. It's yours for the day. It can accommodate, I think, theoretically 2 people, but I mean, they're not going to count anybody who's in there. But the great thing is it's a home base of operations. So if you're looking for a way to splurge a little bit, that could be an area for you. Let's head down to the area down on deck 15 near the Aquadome. One change compared to Icon of the Seas. The Star of the Seas has an extra hot tub over here, which is located near the Aquadome Market, which we'll see later in this video. But this hot tub is a new option here. There's also lots of seating if you want to bring your food out. And what's great about this area is that it's a lot of shade, as you can see. So it's really nice if you're looking for an escape from the sun and somewhere to sit. One of my favorite places to eat on Star of the Seas is El Loco Fresh. El Loco Fresh is a Mexican restaurant. It's included in your cruise fare, so no additional cost. And you're going to have burritos, you're going to have tacos, you're going to have quesadillas, and you can customize it exactly the way you want it. Now, this food looks great, because it is great, but my favorite thing about El Loco Fresh is that you can really customize it with a toppings bar, so you can create your own bowl or taco or quesadilla and load it up, or go completely plain Jane with it and just add nothing else but maybe some queso to it. It's your choice. But really, the salsa station, which has all sorts of hot sauces and guacamole and pico de gallo and lettuce and jalapenos. Oh, I load this thing up. I mean, I've got probably so much food on my plate when I go here that I feel like every time I go here, Royal Caribbean's losing a bit of money with all the different toppings they're adding on here. But I love that variety. I love that option to customize it the way I want to have it. And it's a really nice idea. Right next door is Cantina Fresca. So this is the bar, essentially, for El Loco Fresh. And at Cantina Fresca, you're going to have not only a lot of drinks that you can order from, but also a lot of different tequilas. Royal Caribbean really wanted to lean into margaritas and sipping tequilas. So if this is really your idea of a great drink, Cantina Fresca is the best place to get some sort of a drink with tequila in it, probably a margarita, because I think it really goes quite well. There's also a seating and hot tub area near El Loco Fresh because, hey, maybe you want to go right back into the sun. This is your option over here. There's a great little hot tub and some seating area as well. Actually, as I think about this now, I probably should hang out here more the next time I'm on Star of the Seas, because that way I can have burritos right within throwing distance of them. Man, I think it's a genius idea. You're also going to find some seating here by, I guess, the glass area viewing. And I love these day beds. These are all, by the way, first come, first serve. So as long as you can grab it before anybody else, it's yours till you're done with it. And some really creative seating as well. Royal Caribbean really wanted to have more than the usual stuff. Next up is Sprinkles, the soft serve ice cream. This is included in your cruise fare. You can come here as many times as you want throughout the day to have unlimited soft serve ice cream, Samantha. It's really that easy. All you need to do is go up there, tell them which flavor you want. It's either chocolate, vanilla, or swirl. Go in, grab it, and take it wherever you like. It's included in your cruise fare. Nearby, you'll find some ping pong tables. Ping pong tables have no cost to them. Simply grab your paddles and challenge an aging dad named Earl to a game of ping pong. And, you know, the great thing about ping pong is, I mean, most people are pretty terrible at it, right? But it's a fun, cruise thing to do. And what's nice about Star of the Seas is it's fairly enclosed. And the idea being that the breeze doesn't impact your game. So when you whiff, you can't blame the wind on it. There's actually a really fun slide that goes down between deck 16 and 15. It's really meant for kids, but hey, anybody can use it. It's a fun way to go down there and make your trip down as fast as possible. A nice little touch, something fun to add. And again, meant for kids, but really for families in general. There's nothing stopping you from going down there as well. There are towels and life jackets you can borrow on board. There's a life jacket station as well as a towel station. Simply scan your SeaPass card. They'll give you towels. Just bring them back before the end of the cruise. The really important thing, though, is make sure you do bring it back, because if you don't, they'll assume you stole them. They'll charge you $25. So just bring it back before the end of the cruise. Now, you'll find one of the outdoor smoking areas here as well in Chill Island. And this area is meant for folks who want to enjoy a cigarette. Of course, you cannot smoke inside the ship with the exception of the casino. So there are designated smoking areas. And that includes vaping, by the way. You can't vape or smoke anywhere except for the designated areas. So make sure you're doing that only in those designated areas. And this is one of them over here. You know, it's really common when you're on Chill Island to enjoy some live music. Royal Caribbean has DJs, they have pool bands, they have a lot of dance parties out here. I mean, when your ship sets sail, it's going to be a sail away party. It's meant to be fun. And so look for live music throughout your cruise, especially during the daytime in Chill Island. Overall, Chill Island is a beautiful spot. Obviously, it's going to give you access to a lot of the water on board, not only in the water, but viewing the water. And it's just your pool day experience. Lots happening around Chill Island. And it's really the reason why I think for a lot of people, when they're thinking about their sea day, this is the place they're going to head first. If excitement is what you're looking for in your cruise, well then Thrill Island neighborhood is where you're going to want to go, and that's our next stop on our tour. Thrill Island is really where you're going to find all the action-packed things to do on board. Royal Caribbean likes to say it's really where adrenaline lives. You've got water slides, you've got surf simulator, rock climbing wall. Really, Thrill Island is designed for adventure, things to do, things not in your face, but lots happening, things to really get your energy going. And there's always something happening here. So we're going to take a look at some of the biggest attractions that are found in Thrill Island and why you're going to want to spend a lot of time in there. Let's get started. First up, we've got Category 6 water park. So cruise ships, you have 2 or 3 water slides. Star of the Seas has an entire water park. This is Category 6 water park because there are 6 slides to choose from. And the water park is included in your cruise fares. That's right, kids. Your parents have no excuse for not taking you here and spending all day. All the slides are just simply first come, first serve, and there's all sorts of slides. There are raft slides, body slides, slides to make your dad cry, and plenty more. The really cool thing about this is that it really does feel like a water park. Some of you think, well, can there really be a water park on a cruise ship? Yup, it's that darn good. I love, quite frankly, the raft slides more than the body slides. I mean, body slides are fun and all. I mean, who doesn't love a wedgie to start off their day? But the raft slides are great because you can also ride them together. It's a lot of fun. Nearby, you'll find the Flowrider Surf Simulator. So the Flowrider is where you can learn to hopefully stand up surf, more than likely also faceplant a few different times. This is included in your cruise fare, and basically you just take turns trying to learn to surf. When you first start out, they're going to start you on boogie boarding or body boarding, whatever you want to call it, and if you can master that, well then they'll let you try to get to the Flowrider and stand up and do that. The interesting thing about the Flowrider really is that it's more like skateboarding than really surfing, but it really will look cool if you can ever master it. I certainly can't. We've got the Lost Dunes mini golf course, another included activity on board Star of the Seas. This is a mini golf course that's meant to look like, imagine a storm washed over this area and revealed all these things that were under the water, and all of a sudden there's also a golf course along with it. It's a really fun course, and you just grab your golf club and ball and give it a try. You can keep score or simply cheat your heart out. It is your choice. Let's head up to the sports court, which is like on half deck up here. And the sports court is a multi-purpose venue. It can be used for different activities throughout the day. Obviously, you can see here it's a basketball court, but the sports court can also be used for other activities like dodgeball, pickleball, soccer, volleyball. I mean, they really can do all sorts of things. Sometimes it is free use, like where you just go and enjoy it on your own. Other times, there will be organized events in here, and there can be different activities and challenges. But really, for a lot of people, this is a good opportunity to really have fun and, exert some energy and play different sports. Right underneath it is Base Camp. Now, Base Camp is an included restaurant on board Star of the Seas. Base Camp essentially is a grab-and-go food option that's convenient for Thrill Island. The idea is you don't have to go all the way back to the Windjammer or somewhere else on board the ship in order to eat. Base Camp is for quick snacks. Basically, whether you're going to have a full meal here or you just need a bit of a nosh, they have all those things for you. And the menu's pretty darn good. I mean, the tater tots are fantastic. You've got hot dogs. I think you're going to find something here that will satisfy your cravings, and it's really nice that they have it right here so you don't have to go very far. Speaking of not going very far, there's also a bar at Base Camp, and the Base Camp bar offers different cocktails and drinks you can get. So once again, you don't have to go very far back to the pool deck in order to get a drink. So for mom and dad that are watching the kids over at the water park or at the mini golf course, well, this is your little enclave for you as well. There's also a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine here, which you can use if you have the Royal Caribbean drink package. So really, it's a very convenient choice. I'm not sure I'd go out of my way just simply for Base Camp, but if you happen to be in Thrill neighborhood, well, then this is perfect for you. Now, if you're looking for over the top, well, Deserted Milkshake Bar is our next stop. So Deserted Milkshake Bar, as the name implies, is, well, a milkshake bar where you can get milkshakes. But they don't just have basic milkshakes. I mean, they do, but they have like crazy, over the top, why is there a donkey piñata on my milkshake? I mean, they just really try to get creative with it. Plus, you can actually get alcohol in your milkshakes if you like to. Obviously, those are for adults. But again, this is about being creative. More than just like, hey, let's have a milkshake. Let's have a crazy milkshake. This is what Deserted Milkshake Bar is all about. Now, Deserted Milkshake Bar does cost extra, so you'll have to pay for it, but it's all a la carte, and you can get them, during your cruise if you'd like to. Next up on our tour is the Crown's Edge. The Crown's Edge is really the ultimate thrill attraction on Thrill Island. Crown's Edge essentially is like a ropes course meets an adventure park. Basically, you're going on an elevated course that extends over the side of the ocean, and you're tethered to it, and you basically walk very tenderly around it. And at the very end, you swoop down because the floor collapses, and you glide over the side of the ship, over the ocean, and back to safety. It's a really adrenaline feature kind of thing, but yeah. And nearby is Adrenaline Peak. Adrenaline Peak is the rock climbing wall. So every Royal Caribbean ship has a rock climbing wall. This one has a really big rock climbing wall because this one has enough space for different courses. And the idea here is simple. You just simply go up on Adrenaline Peak and try your luck to get all the way to the top. There's actually a bell at the top to ring it. So if you can make it, great. Also really neat and worth mentioning is they have these like soccer tables where basically you sit at the table, but while you're seated, you could play soccer at the same time. It's like have your ice cream and play soccer at the same time idea. Thrill Island really is all about enjoying a lot of, well, adrenaline activities, like things you can do on board that really get your blood pumping and maybe your mouth salivating and maybe your heart really racing because you're like, oh my goodness, this is like way worse than I thought it was going to be. But it's a lot of fun also, and so much of it is included. Other than Crown's Edge and the milkshake bar, pretty much everything we showed you here was included in your cruise fare, which is a really nice touch. If you're looking for an adults-only enclave, well, that is the Hideaway. The adults-only area on Star of the Seas is known as the Hideaway, and really it's kind of like a Vegas pool party area at the very back of the ship, and it's really meant to be a place for adults to unwind, enjoy a party atmosphere, and really have a great time on vacation. The Hideaway, even though it's an adults-only area, doesn't make it like a library. They want this to be a happening spot. I mean, in the morning, in the early afternoon, it's a place to enjoy this amazing infinity pool that's suspended over the back of the ship. I mean, what amazing views, right? But then during the evening and really in the later afternoon, the party vibe picks up. There's a DJ that's here. I mean, it gets loud in here. And this is meant to be like, hey, we're here. There's no kids around us. We're going to enjoy ourselves and have this like we're on vacation vibe. The really nice thing about the Hideaway is truly the views. I mean, no matter where you are, you're going to have incredible things to see. Now, besides the pool, there are chairs and loungers and day beds you can get here. So the chairs, And some of the loungers are included in your cruise fare, but some of these day beds do have an additional cost. There are day beds that are in the pool, that has an additional cost, as well as the ones here that you're seeing in the seating area. And obviously for each one, there's more of a different vibe or an approach depending on what you'd like to have at the Hideaway. I mean, renting the day beds is a reserved spot for you. You don't have to compete with anybody else. It comes with some champagne, and you'll have drink service as well, so it makes it a little convenient. The thing about the Hideaway, whether this is a pro or a negative, is up to you, is that there's really not a lot of shade here. I mean, you're going to struggle to find shade at the Hideaway. This is meant to be like, we're on vacation, I'm here to sun, sun's out, guns out, that type of experience. This is what it's all about. There are 2 hot tubs also at the Hideaway, and these are for adults only as well. And by the way, for adults, you have to be 18 or older in order to access this area. And, it's a nice spot for adults to go, and probably the chillest of all the vibes here is definitely going to be in the hot tubs. There's also a bar at the Hideaway, aptly named the Hideaway Bar. It's also where you find like the only shade at the Hideaway, but they do have their own special menu here, so it's not just the same old. When you go over here, you can enjoy some different cocktails if you'd like. And the really nice thing about the Hideaway, again, is that you can go here for the vibes and the people watching and talking, or you can go back out to the pool and whichever floats your boat, so to speak. And again, I like that there's special drinks here. This is something you'll find throughout Star of the Seas, is certain bars have special cocktail menus, so it just makes it a little more different, a little more special, if you will. Now, these day beds, once again, do cost extra in order to rent, but the other seating that you're seeing here is totally included. So simply first come, first serve. And I gotta tell you, if at all possible, come out here for a sunset. It is absolutely stunning. Do not miss out on the views that are back here. It's definitely a must go to, at least like one day of your cruise spot. Even if you're not into the whole party vibe, this is really like you got to go here at least once. But truly, if you are into the party vibe, I think you're going to love the Hideaway for what it has to offer. Next up is the Family First area, Surfside. This space was built from the ground up for families with kids, and it's really designed for parents and kids to enjoy together. Basically, you're going to find an entire part of the ship dedicated to young families. That isn't to say the rest of the ship obviously isn't family friendly, but what Surfside is really all about is doubling and tripling down on offering things for young families to enjoy. You're going to find things like Splashaway Bay, a kid-friendly water park, along with pools for families, restaurants just made for quick bites in mind, picky eater kids, their parents, so they can really, everything can be enjoyed together. First up is actually a little quick gift shop over here. I mean, this is basically like a place to go get some sundries and things for your young kids, but if you'd like to, you have some souvenirs there. To get into Surfside, you can actually take the stairs or simply go down a slide. It is for adults too, but I think most of the kids go down there, so you have that kind of fun option. Let's start off with the arcade. There is a pay-to-play arcade in Surfside. The arcade is per game that you want to play. It's a couple dollars for each game. There's claw machines, there's air hockey, racing games, but if you'd like to spend money on it, this is an option for you. Of course, all the games cost extra, and if your kids are like my kids, they're going to incessantly ask you, can we play more games in the arcade? And you're going to say no, and then eventually you give in because, they're the kids and they just annoy you to death about it. But it does exist there if you'd like to go check that out. Over across the way is Surfside Eatery. This is the kids/family buffet. So imagine the Windjammer buffet, but a buffet of just kids' food. Like the things that kids just love the most. This is what Royal Caribbean envisioned. And it's such a simple idea, but I gotta tell you, I love this concept. I mean, my kids love this idea. It's their favorite foods. It's pizza, it's burgers, it's dino chicken nuggets, it's spaghetti. It's obviously a very basic kind of food buffet, but it leans right into the family style, and it's included. There's no additional cost here. You can dine inside, you can dine outside, and it's very satisfying. It's open for most meals of the day. And it's a great spot to just simply go and, have something easy to eat. And really, that's all about Surfside. Basically, it's all encompassing. So essentially, if you have young kids, you can basically hang out here all day without having to leave to go, back to the Windjammer, back to this part of the ship. As we'll see here, Adventure Ocean is nearby. Everything is kind of self-contained. And yes, there is a Coca-Cola freestyle machine within Surfside. So you have this area here at Surfside Eatery for a quick, easy sit-down meal. And obviously it hits all the high notes because it's got all the kind of food that your kids probably enjoy. There is a lovely whimsical carousel right in the middle of Surfside, and you can ride it whether you're a kid or an adult, and there's no cost to the carousel, so they can ride as many times as they'd like. The carousel runs pretty much all day. You kind of open somewhere in mid-morning, and then it even goes into the evening. And I gotta tell you, I love the carousel. It's a fun idea. I mean, there's no cost to it. It's beautiful, and I think it actually looks better even at night when it's all lit up, but it's definitely a must ride. I've ridden this carousel. It is that good of an experience, so don't feel like it's just only for kids. Certainly adults can enjoy it too. Also in Surfside is Sugar Beach, which essentially is like the candy shop here. Now the candy here does cost extra, so before you get super excited, pretty much everything you see here has an extra cost to it. So yeah, sorry parents for showing your kids that there is a candy shop on board, but it does exist here. Basically, you can first of all get extremely giant sized stuffed animals, and I don't know why they need them, but my kids always say they absolutely need one. And then of course you have the candy by the pound, where you can either purchase candy individually or get one of those baggies, fill it up for as much as you'd like, and then you're charged for the weight of the candy. I would argue you're probably better off bringing candy from home, but maybe you ate it already, maybe you forgot it. Well, this place does technically exist. So whether you want to let your kids know it exists, different story, but I'm just here to show all of you everything here on Star of the Seas. And then there's Surfside Bites, and this is a even quicker grab and go. So Surfside Eatery, it's a buffet. I mean, it's pretty quick, but Surfside Bites is even faster. I mean, there is also Sprinkles ice cream, where you can go to get soft serve ice cream, just the same ice cream you can get up in the pool deck in Chill Island. But again, this is more convenient. This is self-contained within Surfside. You don't have to leave. But Surfside Bites is even faster kids' food. I mean, they're just like, what do kids really want to have? Hot dog, burger, pizza, French fries. Bam, this is what we got here. And the idea is really simple. Basically, imagine your kids are in the midst of enjoying a wonderful time at the pool, Splashaway Bay, which we're going to see in a little bit. They don't want to get out to go eat lunch, even at Surfside Eatery, which is pretty darn casual. They have that option here to grab something and then be on their way. Across the way is the Playscape. This is a climbing area. Essentially, and I can tell you from experience with my kids, this is an excuse for your kids to simply get a lot of energy out. They go in here, they climb up these little step climbers. They call them chips in my family. I don't know what your family calls them. And they just climb up and down and go down the slide and then repeat like 17 million times. It's a thing kids love to do. And the nice thing about the netting is they probably can't fall and hurt themselves. I say probably, but you never know. But but it's pretty safe for the kids to enjoy. There's obviously some tables and seating nearby for the parents to sit and enjoy the view. But, it's something that a lot of little kids love doing. The Lemon Post is a really interesting idea. This is what Royal Caribbean calls a mommy and me bar. What that means is essentially it's a bar designed to offer drinks to both parents and to kids. So obviously for the kids, you're going to have mocktails, but it goes well beyond Shirley Temples here. You're going to find a lot of different drinks to choose from, and many of them have like alcoholic and non-alcoholic counterparts. Because what Royal Caribbean really wanted to have was, again, a parent-child experience where everybody can do things together. So you have the non-alcoholic beverages as well as the alcoholic beverages so that, again, they can join in the experience. It doesn't feel like, okay, mommy's going to her own place now, see you in a few minutes. Right across the way is Pier 7. This is a specialty restaurant, and Pier 7 essentially is open for brunch and for dinner, and there's a cost to it, but if your kids are under the age of 12, it's actually free, so you'd only pay for anybody above the age of 12. An interesting idea. And Pier 7 essentially, to me, is like, I think they describe it as like California modern food. I mean, you're going to find, burgers here, and you're going to find great salads. I actually love one of the salads they have here, but a lot of different interesting foods, very freshly made foods, not heavy kind of stuff, not the stuff you find over at Surfside Eatery. I think Pier 7 really leans into, I would call it personally healthier food. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like it's a healthy establishment, they're serving smoothies and kale, but I don't know, it just has that aura to it, and it's a extra cost option restaurant if you'd like to, and it's available in Pier 7 in Surfside. And then we have Splashaway Bay. I've talked about it a little bit. This is the kids' aqua park on here, and this is an excuse to get utterly and completely soaked. Royal Caribbean has had Splashaway Bays on many of its ships, and this iteration certainly has a lot of different water activations, ways to simply just get utterly soaked for no apparent reason. I mean, kids just simply climb and slide and duck and cover and then go through it all over again. They all scream. They enjoy getting just absolutely soaked, and then probably doing it all over again at least 3 different times. It's a lot of fun for kids, and they really do enjoy it. Splashaway Bay has no cost to it. Simply run in there and go for it. I mean, certainly parents are allowed to go in there and supervise, but there's also Baby Bay. So this particular area is only for children who are still in diapers. So that'd be basically kids under 3 years old. And this area is designed for that, so they have that special area. Otherwise, those kids are not allowed in the regular Splashaway Bay, but they have Baby Bay for that. And then you have the Water's Edge pool. The Water's Edge pool is the pool that basically is on the back of the ship in Surfside. Again, anybody's allowed in this pool. Certainly adults are as well. But with the Water's Edge pool, it's really meant for like the kids' pool. Splashaway Bay is great, but it's not a pool. And what's fabulous about this pool are the views. I mean, I love the fact that it faces out to the ocean. It's got really beautiful areas to see, and I think it's just a fabulous spot. Nearby, you're also going to find some great seating. So if your kids want to go in the pool and you don't, there's a lot of different seating for parents, and quite frankly, it's a lot of comfortable seating. I love some of these chairs they have here. I wish they were found elsewhere around the ship. I love Adirondack chairs. And really for Surfside, it is an enclave for, kids and their families and whatnot. But there are also cabins here we'll take a look at a little later in this video. These cabins actually face into Surfside. And so these are rooms that are conveniently located, so you can easily get in there. And as well, from Surfside, it's kind of neat, you can get to both the Royal Promenade and Central Park very conveniently for them. I love how easy it is to get around Star of the Seas. I mean, this is just something Royal Caribbean really engineered quite well. And so you're going to have a lot of easy ways to get in and out of Surfside when you're coming and going. But ultimately, Surfside really is, as described and designed, an amazing spot for families to enjoy together. This is what makes Royal Caribbean such a great family cruise line, because they have a lot for families to do around the ship, but Surfside is for young families like the under 9 set. My goodness, there is so much to enjoy for them. Next up on our tour, we're headed to Central Park. This is my favorite neighborhood on Star of the Seas. If you're keeping score at home, I don't know why you would be, but I love this part of the ship because it's just like so whimsical, so beautiful. Like, it's the place I really want to hang out more often than not. Basically, this is a real park. These plants and trees and shrubs you're seeing are totally real. They're not fake, and it really is a beautiful area to hang out in. You're going to find a lot of restaurants and bars, and it's really a great spot to hey, I've got nothing going on right now, let's go hang out here kind of thing. And really that's what I like about Central Park, especially when you have a nice breeze, maybe some live music, which we'll see in just a little bit as we walk through Central Park and take you through it. Starting off, we have Chops Grill. Chops Grill is the steakhouse on Star of the Seas. This is your traditional American steakhouse with various cuts of steak. In fact, at Chops Grill here, you have the standard menu. Being a specialty restaurant, there's a cover charge. But then on top of that, they have the iconic cuts menu. So this is like a steak lover's super selection of meats that you can choose from, or you can stick with the tried and true favorites that are available. When you go to Chops Grill, really you're looking for an amazing steak. I think while there are other things on the menu to get, like salmon and chicken, I mean, you're going to a steakhouse, you're going to get steak, and really Chops Grill is what it's best known for. You'll want to make reservations for Chops. It's open for dinner every night and lunch on most days, not every single day, depends on if you're in port or not, but you can get here on sea days for lunch as well, and it's way cheaper for lunch, although the menu is significantly pared down for lunch, so, it's cheaper, you have less choices, your choice on that. But the bottom line is, if you're looking for a cut of steak, you want to go out for a beautiful night out, that's a great spot. But Izumi in the park is my favorite restaurant on Star of the Seas. I love Izumi. I mean, Izumi is the Japanese cuisine restaurant, and essentially split into 3 main sections. First, we have Izumi in the park, which is the Izumi sushi window, we'll call it. This is for grab-and-go sushi. The sushi does cost extra, as you can see, and they serve up both just like box sushi, like a couple of rolls and some edamame, as well as bubble cones, which are really fantastic. Now, the sushi you get to go is like, as you can see here, this is for like, hey, I'm feeling a little peckish, I want a snack, it's been more than 45 minutes, it's my last thing I ate on this cruise ship, so let's get something to eat here, and you can get sushi or some appetizers, which are really nice. But the bubble cones are, those look so good, they're even better in real life. I mean, they are truly amazing how good these things are, and they're just so tasty, and they're giant, and it's just a great dessert, and it's just distinctly Japanese, and I love that you can have just an easy grab and go, a couple bucks spent, and you're off to the races. But if you're looking for a full meal, well, Izumi offers both sushi and hibachi dining. This is your Japanese restaurant on board. One side of the restaurant offers simply sushi, as well as the other side of the restaurant having teppanyaki. Now, the sushi side does offer things other than, fish. There is actually a fair amount of things on the menu that, as somebody who doesn't eat sushi would enjoy. I think you'd find some good selections over there. My wife doesn't like sushi at all, but she finds plenty to eat, while I enjoy the various amazing selections of sushi that you can have here. With Izumi Sushi, you pay usually a la carte, which means you only pay for what you order. You go in here and you pay for each item. There is a pre-purchase priced option, a fixed price option, in order to get some food here if you'd like to. I personally prefer to pay as you go, but that's your choice. In addition, there is hibachi tables. This is the Benihana style teppanyaki dining in which the chef cooks in front of you. There are a number of tables here, and this is the hottest ticket on Star of the Seas. I mean, if you want to make a reservation, you need to make one, and I would make it well in advance of the cruise because this does sell out quite often. It's very popular. It's great for families. Obviously, you're going to have choices of different meats like steak or chicken, shrimp, scallops, and it is really good. I got to tell you, I've eaten at hibachi on so many different ships. It's always so good. I really love the fact that Izumi offers so much over here. Right across the way is the Trellis Bar. Now, the Trellis Bar is the bar in Central Park to go to. I mean, it's really pretty, right? I mean, it's like the perfect venue to enjoy a cocktail. Probably, I mean, I would say during the daytime, but I was really going to lean towards like the evening hours when the sun is setting, the breeze kicks up a little bit. It's a great pre-dinner drink spot to go here. And the great thing about the Trellis Bar also is it actually has a food menu here. So in addition to the drinks, which is what 99.9% of the people coming here are looking for, there is actually a food menu you can order from, some light bites if you'd like to. They do cost extra, but something to be aware of if you do go to the Trellis Bar. I personally like going here in the evenings to enjoy a cocktail before or after dinner. And in the evenings, you'll also have live music in Central Park, which is really, really nice. As we walk through Central Park, you'll see actually a view of the Pearl down in the Royal Promenade. So the Pearl extends on multi-decks, and the very top of it is actually here in Central Park. You actually can, if you look closely, you'll be able to see the ocean as well. So just not usually the case in terms of finding it, but it is cool that they have that option here. And there's actually some chairs that are set up. So you can do some like really remote people watching, which I kind of like. It's kind of like hidden a little bit. And I just like that you can either have the chairs facing the ocean into the promenade or turn them around and enjoy the view of Central Park. I mean, it's just a beautiful area to hang out in. But really, my favorite time is the evening because you have music in Central Park. There's a couple different live music options here. First of all, on our sailing, there was a harpist here. Now, sometimes this is a band or a violinist or somebody, but live music playing just really beautiful melodies. It can be heard throughout the park. There is seating available for you to go to watch it directly, or you can do what I was talking about earlier. Go to Trellis Bar, enjoy your drink over there, or bring your drink from Trellis Bar, come back over here. I mean, there's lots of ways to enjoy it. It's absolutely beautiful. Just a great way to round out your day. Now, there's actually a great little shortcut, if you will, to the Royal Promenade from Central Park and vice versa. There's a staircase here you can go to. This is one of the nice little changes Royal Caribbean's made with the Icon class, making it easy to get around. So this little staircase, you hop in there, it'll bring you right down to Pearl Cafe on deck 6 into the promenade, or if you'd like to get back up to Central Park later on, you just do the reverse of that. Next visit is to Park Cafe. Park Cafe is a included restaurant that's available for breakfast and lunch. This is like light bites, salads, and sandwiches, some snacks as well, fruit. I mean, this is really meant to be an easy grab and go, be on your way, and it's a great alternative, by the way, to other places that are far busier, especially in the morning, like the Windjammer. The nice thing about Park Cafe is they have some hot foods, they have cold foods, and this is one of our favorite places to go, like if we are going on a shore excursion and we want to get something to eat before we leave, but we don't want to go all the way up to the Windjammer or commit to the crowds there. It's far less crowded. During the afternoon, they have one of my favorite things in the world, which is the roast beef sandwich here. It's so good with the au jus and the bread. Oh, it's amazing. You must try that one. But there's also in the breakfast time, they have a bagel bar. In the afternoon, it's a salad bar. You can get your sodas here. You can get complimentary drinks. Now, the restaurant is primarily included, as I mentioned, other than like the sodas, obviously. The rest of the food is included here. There's indoor and outdoor seating, so depending on how oppressively hot and humid it is outside, this may be better to be inside than out. But I love going here actually to get some work done in the afternoon. It tends to get pretty quiet actually, but it's also a wonderful spot to chit-chat, enjoy breakfast, and when the restaurant is closed, the outdoor seating remains open, obviously, and it's really nice to enjoy that music we talked about a little bit earlier, or just simply have a conversation. Park Cafe, vastly underrated, a really nice spot to go to grab something to eat during the day. Next door is Bubbles. This is a champagne window. So Royal Caribbean was like, all right, what do people love? Champagne. What do they not love? Not easy access to champagne. Bam, Bubbles was born. It is just what you see here, a window to order champagne to go, I guess. I mean, you can't drink it here, but I mean, there's not a bar per se, but you can get all sorts of the bubbly, whether it's going to be just a straight glass of champagne or you want to get a mimosa or something else with champagne in it. It's really meant to be a convenient option for it. And of course, this is that convenience that Bubbles offers you. And if you'd like to, there's also some shopping in Central Park. There's a number of different stores that offer different name brand designer bags and jewelry and things of that nature if you'd like to purchase them. I mean, these are all name brands, so it ain't going to be cheap. But for a lot of people, shopping, getting a souvenir might be an option for you. Now, across the way is Lou's Jazz Club. Lou's Jazz Club is, yes, you guessed it, a jazz club. But what's really neat about this spot is they really wanted to have energy. It's a live band that performs in here in the evenings. In the daytime, it's pretty much empty. Maybe there's like a trivia event going on in here. But Lou's at night is like your finger snapping, jazz playing, somebody singing a melody that you probably can hum along to kind of place. They have their own bar menu here, which has specific cocktails just for Lou's, and it's a really neat spot. What I like about Lou's is it's not like somewhere else. Like, really, there isn't another bar or lounge on board the ship that is like this. And so for jazz music lovers, it's fantastic. But if you're like me and you just like music that sounds nice, well, you've got those options here as well. And as I mentioned, some of the drinks here are fantastic. The Jazzy Saz actually is a really nice choice if you'd like to try something a little bit different. It's definitely a great like date night spot or somewhere to go to mix it up a little bit. And the music here, especially again in the evening hours, my goodness, it is really, really nice. Now, in addition to the things you can do in Central Park, there's also cabins that face Central Park. Nearly all of them are Central Park infinite balconies. So these are balconies that face into Central Park rather than facing the ocean. There are a handful of Central Park, like, I would say ocean view cabins, but they're Central Park cabins with a window that faces in, and then you have the like actual balconies that fit in here. But if you're going to visit Central Park like once, and you're going to visit like more than once, but if you were going to only visit once, you must go there at night. It is absolutely stunning. Get your selfies over here. In fact, oftentimes you're going to find photographers to take your photos here. These are the professional photographers. No obligation to actually buy the photo, but they really do take great photos there in Central Park at night, making it one of my favorite places on board. Let's head up to the Aquadome next. This is one of the major neighborhoods on Star of the Seas, and Aquadome encompasses, well, the Aqua Theater, along with a number of other venues. But really, when you're going to the Aquadome neighborhood, you're probably going to see the show on here, but there's some great options as well, so don't overlook this area completely, because it has some of my favorites, which we'll get to in just a little bit. So we're going to start off, of course, with the Aqua Theater. The Aqua Theater is one of the main theaters on board Star of the Seas. The Aqua Theater is indoors, compared to the Oasis class, which was outdoors. Here, it is totally enclosed, and that means the weather is not a factor. The Aqua Theater shows are fantastic. When you see the show here like Torque, this is all about acrobatics, diving, synchronized dancing. It's just so cool to see. It's one of those shows that, I know this is very cliched to say, but takes your breath away. Like when you're watching, you're like, how are they doing this? This is amazing, and my back hurts just watching this. But it's a really cool show to see because the acrobatics and the athleticism that goes into it is truly incredible. Plus, Royal Caribbean combines it with great music and amazing technology. I mean, this is one of these must-see shows just because they're so darn impressive. I love what Royal Caribbean has done in these Aqua Theater shows, and Torque on Star of the Seas does not disappoint. Right behind the Aqua Theater is an area called the Overlook. The Overlook is an indoor, large, sprawling space. I don't have a better description for it, but basically, it's an area to enjoy more of a quiet, serene landscape. You know, this is the front of the Aqua Dome, if you will. And really what I think Royal Caribbean wanted for this place was kind of more of a chill out, relax, and enjoy the world passing by vibe. I mean, there's a bar here. There's lots of seating. This is really where you want to go to read a book. You want to have a quiet conversation, take a nap, do some work. Just have more of a quiet spot. I really feel like, assuming there's not an Aqua Theater show going on, probably your best bet. The Overlook bar makes sure that even if you are relaxing, you'll have a drink in hand to go with it. And that's one of the nice things about the Overlook. I mean, fantastic views right at the front of the ship. And on top of that, you've got great cocktails to go with it so you can enjoy a drink here. There's also some fabulous pods in here. These pods are complimentary. It's first come, first serve. If you're not there like by 9 o'clock in the morning, good luck getting one. But they're very popular. It's a great spot to kind of chill out, relax, read a book, edit a Royal Caribbean blog video. Hypothetically, I'm just saying, this is the place to go do it. It's a really nice area. And again, serenity and relaxation is kind of what it's in. Now, wait a minute, we've got a celebrity in the house. Yeah, look at this. We have the chief dog officer, Sailor. So Star of the Seas has a dog that lives on the ship. This golden retriever, her name is Sailor, and it's a she, and she lives on the ship. She's a family dog for a family cruise ship. And if you're lucky enough, you'll spot Sailor as well. Nearby is the Rye and Bean. This is a coffee-infused bar, so yes, they have coffees here, but they also have some great cocktails. The great thing is if you go here in the morning, really any time of the day, if you're just interested in an espresso or a cappuccino, you can get that, but they also have really good coffee cocktails, zero-proof cocktails. I love the Rye and Bean. I think it's one of the most vastly underrated, easily, say overlooked, but it's in the overlook, so I guess it's appropriate, bars on Star of the Seas, because you just don't think about it as like, hey, let's go get a drink and go to the Rye and Bean. But it's one of those really nice places to go to for a cocktail and a view, and also a really great place to go to if you want something different, like you want a drink but you're just not looking to get the same old. Well, then this is a very good spot for you, and I really love coffee infused cocktails. I think it's really, really good. Now, next up is my favorite place on Star of the Seas, the Aquadome Market. The Aquadome Market is a food hall, and there are a number of different stations you can go to. This is all included in your cruise fare. There are 5 different spots, each offering different cuisines, and I gotta tell you, this is my favorite place to eat on any Royal Caribbean cruise ship. You've got crepes, you've got Thai food, you've got barbecue, you've got falafel, you've got different Latin American foods. I love the variety, and it's all freshly made the way you want it. So you want to get your vegetable pad thai with no chicken on it, you can do that. You want to have a fully loaded barbecue sandwich, you can do that as well. I got to tell you, my favorites are definitely the Thai food, feta Mediterranean, the barbecue, all right, everything, the crepes. I love it all. You've got to try it all. It's so good. Like, and the best part is it's open like all day. It opens at like, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and stays open till like midnight, which is incredible. So late at night, you don't have to relegate yourself to just simply cruise pizza, but it's included. It's some really tasty food. It's really worth like going to and trying a little bit of everything and then finding your perfect one. Now, the crepe station is definitely very popular because who doesn't want like strawberry Nutella or hazelnut and banana crepe? I mean, look, that looks amazing. You're probably drooling right now just thinking about that. It is fantastic. There are complimentary drinks as well at Aquadome Market, in addition to a bar area if you'd like to get like a beer or something to go with it. There's also seating at Aquadome Market, both indoors and outdoors. The indoor seating is very convenient. Basically, you just, grab a table, eat your food, and then go back up and get something else. There are some tables by the window as well, if you like to eat there. And there's also outdoor seating on the other side of the Aquadome Market, so if the weather's nice, you can go out there. Another specialty restaurant on Star of the Seas is Hooked Seafood, and based on the name, you guessed it right, there is seafood here. Hooked Seafood is based on New England seafoods. You're going to have a lot of lobster, mussels, shrimp. It's the kind of food that if you're looking to really delve into, well, seafood, this is your spot for it. Chops Grill offers a little bit of seafood. The main dining room does as well, but this is really like a haven for anybody who is like, I want to eat a lot of shellfish. My neighbor Kenny would love this place. And what's great about Hooked Seafood is there's just a lot of different choices there. In addition, there's the Celebration Table hidden inside Hooked Seafood. Celebration Table is a specialty restaurant in and of itself. Basically, if you want to host a party, this is the place for you. Royal Caribbean came up with this concept as an area to essentially have I want to have a party with all my friends and I need more than 7 or 8 chairs. This is the place for you. It's not cheap, but it does allow a fully curated meal to happen in Celebration Table, which is really nice. And they also host a chef's table experience, which is something totally different, but another dining experience in here. Royal Bling is a really interesting store. So let's say you like cruising, but you love Royal Caribbean. This is the store for you. This is a jewelry store that only sells Royal Caribbean gifts and gear. Everything has a crown and anchor on it. It's the perfect gift if your name is Aiden, but also a perfect gift if you're someone like myself or anybody who loves Royal Caribbean so much, you can get a Royal Caribbean adorned gift here. I mean, really, really impressive. I love Royal Bling. Some of it is totally over the top. I mean, if you can afford it, we should be friends. But if you're not, it's really fun to look at and some really nice pieces as well. But Aquadome neighborhood truly is a really impressive area. Don't overlook it, because some people say, oh, it's just where the Aqua Theater is, but there's some great dining there as well. Let's check out the suite neighborhood. This is an entire area of Star of the Seas dedicated to suite guests. If you're staying in a Sky or Star Class cabin, this area is reserved for you. Starting off with the Suite Sun Deck. So the Suite Sun Deck, otherwise known as the Grove, or the Grove is a part of the Suite Sun Deck, is a reserved area of the ship just for suite guests to enjoy, and that means a lot less competing for chairs and views of the ocean. The great thing about the Suite Sun Deck is it's only suite guests and Pinnacle Club members, so it's not crowded at all. As you can see, there's chairs, there's actually a hot tub in here just for suite guests to enjoy, and it's really neat to be able to go in here. I think this is technically a pool, not a hot tub, but it probably acts more like a hot tub than a pool per se. You're not going diving in here by any means. But I really like the seating and all the places you can go to relax. Oftentimes when I'm staying in a suite, I will head up to the Suite Sun Deck here to be able to just get away from everything. There's some great shade, there's some great areas to just hang out in, and it's a great social spot as well. This is not like a library or something like that. It's meant to be your little oasis, if you will, from the rest of the ship. And being a suite guest, you have your own pool deck area. And I love these loungers and all these chairs. And by the way, every single lounger and chair that you see here in the Suite Sun Deck are included. So it's simply first come, first serve. Now, the Grove is an interesting concept. This is like a buffet for suite guests throughout the day. Let's call it this breakfast, lunch, and evening. You're going to find different hors d'oeuvres and tapas and light bites to enjoy. Nothing here is a meal, but together with their powers combined, you can have a meal over here. So it's great for snacks. You don't have to go very far if you already have the Suite Sun Deck and want to have something to eat. Bam, you've got this option here at the Grove, and it's some really good food, I gotta say. I really like the little slight snacks. Usually I'll come by and be like, oh, I'll just get a cookie, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm also gonna have a full meal, as you can see me going to eye the food over there, because it's that darn good. There's also a bar here as well. Wouldn't be a Suite Sun Deck without that. There are some bartenders that walk around, but you can always, go right up to the bar and grab a drink, order a drink, bring it back. It's up to you. The fact that's included as one of your benefits, one of the main reasons to book a suite. Next up is the Suite Lounge. So an indoor bar area for you to hang out in. Being a suite guest, you have access to the Suite Lounge. And the Suite Lounge and Coastal Kitchen, we'll see in a little bit, are basically merged together. So you're going to have to squint to determine when one ends and one begins. But basically, this is a bar area just for suite guests. As a suite guest from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., you have complimentary beer, wine, and sodas included. And then in the evening hours, they expand that to include cocktails and whatnot. So when you're a suite guest, your complimentary drinks are only in the Suite Lounge. But if you have a cabin that's in the suite neighborhood, like on deck 17 perhaps, then it's very convenient to go here. All the way in the back of the Suite Lounge is an area to get some hors d'oeuvres. So kind of like the Grove, it's not nearly as ornate or as expansive, but you'll find a lot of different things here, including a 24-hour complimentary coffee machine where you can put the cup in there and get, espresso or a cup of coffee if you'd like. Also, the Suite Concierge is here as well. The concierge is there to help anything you might have, any concerns. It's like guest services for suite guests. Now, here is Coastal Kitchen, which is the included restaurant for suite guests. Coastal Kitchen is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Think of Coastal Kitchen like a main dining room just for suite guests. Its menu changes every day, although there's a standby menu in which, yes, you can get French onion soup every day, which I absolutely love. But they also change up the menu for the other items that you'll find here. The great thing about Coastal Kitchen is the fact that you have an alternative to the main dining room. It's not nearly as crowded, obviously. I don't want to say it's more elegant, but it's certainly a different vibe to it. And I love the fact that it's one of the main benefits of being a suite guest. You should make reservations for it. It's included in your fare, but it's an option there for you. Overall, the suite neighborhood is a perfect little enclave for suite passengers, and if you happen to be booking a suite, man, it's a good spot for you. All right, let's check out the Royal Promenade on deck 5 and 6. And the Royal Promenade on Star of the Seas is a massive space. Lots of bars, lots of happenings, lots of events here. I mean, you're going to spend a lot of time on the promenade because it really is a multi-purpose venue. It encompasses 2 different decks, wraps around both of them, and provides views of the ocean as well. Odds are you're going to just end up going here for a lot of different reasons. I mean, heck, when you board Star of the Seas, this is where you go, right? And then in between that, you'll find lots of things. In fact, when you board that ship, you'll run right into the Pearl. The Pearl is really like the showcase piece of Star of the Seas. It's really meant to grab your attention. It's essentially a giant piece of art that really is about getting a wow factor. Like when you walk on board, you're like, I'm on Star of the Seas, and holy moly, there's the Pearl. Like you want to take a photo of it immediately because it's this beautiful dome that has these tiles that move in there, and there's music, and it's pretty, and it really does capture your attention. It's a great example of why going on a cruise ship is so different than so many other things out there, because it's just like, wow, right? As you walk through the Pearl, though, up to deck 6, you'll run into Pearl Cafe. Pearl Cafe is an included restaurant on board. It is a grab-and-go spot where you can get coffee and snacks throughout the day and the evening, and I really like Pearl Cafe just for a place to sit down and enjoy some views. If you want to do some work while you're on vacation, read a book, have a little small talk with somebody, this is one of the best places to go. There are outlets and USB ports here as well. So for a lot of folks who want to do a little bit of work or just be on a digital device while they're here, Pearl Cafe is a great spot for that. But the actual cafe is really impressive with the food and drink choices here because there's a lot. Now it's open 24 hours a day, so there's a lot of different choices here. And obviously in the morning, there's a different spread than in the afternoon/evening hours. But you'll find salads and cookies and sandwiches and things to keep you busy. And then of course there's coffees here as well. Now the coffee stand that you're seeing right now, this is like the specialty coffees, but there's also included coffees that cost nothing extra. The specialty coffees do have an extra cost to them, but if you go to the self-serve coffee, well, you've got some plenty of coffee there. There's also a staircase up to Central Park. That's a little bit of a shortcut up there from Pearl Cafe. Behind Pearl Cafe is going to be the Voom desk. So if you have a question about either the Royal Caribbean app or how to get on the internet, this is where you can go. Now, I think it's pretty straightforward. In fact, you should purchase your internet package before the cruise begins. It'll be a lot cheaper than if you book it on board. But if you're having some issues, the Voom desk is where to go. But overall, Pearl Cafe is a great spot for that morning coffee, a snack. I like some of the grab-and-go stuff they have here as an afternoon pick-me-up. I always head to Pearl Cafe for that. Now, below the Pearl Cafe, but behind the Pearl on deck 5 now is where the photo desk and the excursion desk are located. If you have a photo package or you want to buy one, you can go over here and do that. And of course, there are photographers throughout the ship to take your photos for you. Now, the photographers taking your photos are not obligatory, so you can simply take as many as you like and then decide later on if you want to get them. But if you'd like to go down there and redeem them or have questions about that, it's behind the Pearl. Also, if you have any questions about shore excursions, you can do so as well at that desk there. They hide it because it's not really necessary. A lot of stuff can be done digitally, quite frankly. Now, around deck 5 is the jogging track. You'll find entrances to the jogging track around the Royal Promenade at specific junctions, and this allows you to, jog or run around the ship if you like to get some exercise. On the outside of the 1400 bar, which we'll see in a little bit, is our seating area. This area is an outdoor area with some tables and chairs. It's like an outdoor deck to enjoy views. It's obviously really popular, as you can see, during sunset. And it's an outdoor space. When you board the ship, this is actually where you'll be walking through. It's hard to describe, but this is the entryway back on board the ship. And during the time in which the ship is sailing, well, you can obviously go out there and enjoy the views. Now here is the aforementioned 1400 lobby bar. This bar is where you can go to enjoy some fantastic cocktails and some views. What I love about 1400 is that you have the views of the outside with those windows we saw earlier, and also views of what's happening on the Royal Promenade. The neat thing about 1400 is it's like a classy lounge bar, and they have their own cocktail menu. By far, the number one drink everybody wants to get is the 1400 drink. The 1400 drink is the bubble drink. It's a cocktail and there's this bubble that goes on. It's so pretty. You're going to want to take video of it and pop it. It's just really, really nice. So drink, definitely check out. Of course, cocktails do cost extra. You can pay for any cocktails on board Star of the Seas, either individually, like you'll just search your SeaPass card, or you can purchase a drink package before your cruise begins or even on board. But definitely do not wait to buy your drink packages until you get on board the ship. They're way cheaper beforehand with some of those sales. Sorrento's is our next stop on the Royal Promenade. Sorrento's is the complimentary pizza place. So if you want to have a slice of cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, some other specialty kind, whether it's got meat on it or veggies, this is the place to go for it. Sorrento's pizza isn't bad. It's not great. It's that like, hey, if the price is right, it's included, and a couple slices kind of hit the spot a lot of times, especially in the evening hours, I feel like. But my kids like going to Sorrento's Pizza as well for an easy snack. I mean, it's cheese pizza. It's hard to go wrong with pizza. And the great thing is it's available not 24 hours, but pretty close to it. They have it most of the day and late into the evening. You can get Sorrento's Pizza, and there are the Coca-Cola Freestyle machines, which are available to use with a drink package because you'll get a cup that comes with it. This is where you can customize all sorts of sodas available to you and, mix and match and do all the crazy things that my daughter Aubrey thinks are fun to do. Sorrento's Pizza is something that I think a lot of people do enjoy, and hey, it's pizza. Across the way is Spotlight Karaoke. So Spotlight Karaoke is where you can go to enjoy, karaoke. This is a dedicated venue, and not all they do here, but mostly what they do is karaoke. They do have trivia here from time to time, so I don't want to make it seem like that's all they do, but karaoke is so popular on cruises that Royal Caribbean's like, you know what? We're doing an entire karaoke area. This bar is included. You simply have to wait your turn in line to get your song sung and get up there, and you're either going to be really good or everyone's going to have a good laugh at it. Most people are pretty mediocre, but it's fun, right? You're on vacation. You want to enjoy that karaoke experience, and I think that's what this place is all about. And hey, you don't have to worry about competing against it. Nearby is Solera Beauty Store. This is a, store you can purchase some beauty products. Obviously, I know everything about this store, so we'll just keep moving past it. And you have next door Envie, which is the jewelry store, another store I know so much about. And this is where you can purchase some jewelry if you'd like to while you're on vacation. Speaking of shopping, there's also the Collection. The Collection is best described as luxury name brand items that you can purchase. It's another place to purchase some items. Again, you're on vacation, you want to have a souvenir, this is where you can go. Starbucks is located on the Royal Promenade. So Starbucks is a standalone kiosk, and it's kind of like a Starbucks that you might have seen maybe in the airport, or better yet, like in your supermarket, where you can use your Starbucks card to buy a drink. You can use your Starbucks card to earn points, but you cannot actually redeem rewards here. But they have the Starbucks menu. They have items, specialty items like the red cups during the holiday season. So they have pretty much what you've got here, but it's not like a full Starbucks store, but it's also not included in any Royal Caribbean drink packages. It's kind of a little confusing there, but if you'd like to get your Starbucks drinks, this is where you can go. Across the way is the Royal Caribbean store. This is where you can go to get anything with Star of the Seas and or the words Royal Caribbean printed on them. It's where you get all your Royal Caribbean souvenirs. So this is all like the Royal Caribbean gear, from shirts to towels to sweaters to stuffed animals to everything in between. If it's got the words Star of the Seas or Royal Caribbean on it, this is where you can go. And for a lot of people, the souvenirs are a big part of why they go on a cruise. They want to bring back something that reminds them of it, and it's really nice. Don't forget, though, outside the store, there's actually some additional shopping areas. Sometimes they'll open this up to actually check out to help alleviate the pressure in the store, but there's a lot of different Royal Caribbean swag and souvenirs you can bring home, including, yes, Sailor the dog, stuffed animals if you'd like to. We're going to head down to Casino Royale, and there's actually an escalator from Deck 5 on the promenade down to the casino. And Casino Royale is where you're going to be finding all the gambling options on board. It is a giant casino. Half of it is non-smoking, half of it is smoking. And this is where you'll find slot machines and blackjack tables, roulette, craps, Texas Poker Hold'em, and a lot of slot machines. I mean, we've done videos, and you will link to those in the description below, about how to really take advantage of the casino program where you can actually earn free cruises. Obviously, with the casino, you need to be responsible about your gambling, but if you have the means for it, for a lot of people, gambling on a cruise is a really big draw for them. Like, it's something that really appeals as something fun to do. The casino is open many hours of the day. As long as you're not in port somewhere, it's pretty much open. There's also a bar in which you can get drinks. And, the casino is one of those things where I feel like, if you're responsible about it, you can certainly have a good time. All right, let's head back upstairs, check out the more of the Royal Promenade, because there's plenty more to check out here. It's a really big space, and it's incredible. In fact, you're going to find a lot of events being held on the Royal Promenade. Next up is the Thorn and Thistle Pub. This is the English pub on board the ship. There's what I love about this is that not only does it have like this loose English pub vibe style to it, but you're going to find a live guitarist here in the evenings. So the great thing about the pub is it's got obviously beers, it's got cocktails, but it's got those bar songs, the kind of songs you can really sing along to and have a drink with it. It's just one of those kind of places that maybe you went to in college, or if you grew up obviously in the UK, well, it should be somewhat familiar with that. I love the vibe here. It's one of my favorite places to go on any Royal Caribbean ship, and I really think the English pub is a really fun spot to go to. Like all bars, they take the drink package. You can pay for drinks individually. Should you get a drink package on your cruise? I mean, if you're going to have more than about 4 or 5 drinks a day, probably. But if you do have the drink package, man, you can certainly get your value out of it when you go to the Thorn and Thistle Pub. Nearby is a combination of Next Cruise and the Crown and Anchor Society. So Next Cruise is where you can go to book another Royal Caribbean cruise. Royal Caribbean incentivizes you to book another cruise while you're on board by giving you extra onboard credit and reduced deposit. The price is the same whether you book it on board or online back at home. The difference is extra onboard credit. Basically, if you're on board the ship, sure, go ahead and book it. But if you're sitting at home watching this video, well then, Erica, you should definitely go ahead and book your cruise now. Don't wait to book it. It's really meant to book something on the spot. Also, there's also the loyalty ambassador if you have any questions about your status. Also nearby is guest services. Guest services is where you can go with any questions you might have, any billing issues, you locked yourself out of your cabin again, Ron Hiller, you have an issue with maybe your scheduling, you have a question about the ship, anything you need is over there. Nearby is the Port Merchants store, where you can purchase alcohol. You can't drink it on board. They'll bring it to your room on the last night of the cruise, but they do have this store here to purchase duty-free liquors and some other items like cigarettes and whatnot. Now that we've looked at Deck 5 of the Royal Promenade, we're going to head up to Deck 6. As I mentioned earlier, there are 2 decks of the Royal Promenade. It's really impressive how big this area is. Let us begin with dueling pianos. I love dueling pianos. This is the piano bar, which you have 2 piano players who take turns playing different songs the audience requests. With the request, usually it's accompanied with some money, like here's $5, can you please play Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba? Obviously the request they get all the time, and it's a really fun atmosphere. I mean, this video is not going to convey the energy that you get at dueling pianos, but I love this place because it's fun, there's shtick involved, they make it fun. It's not so much about the songs as it is the way they perform them and the talents involved with it. It's really just a phenomenal experience and something you'll only find on the Icon class ships. Nearby is the attic. The attic is the comedy club on board, and I really love the attic. I think it's the best comedy space on a Royal Caribbean ship, and you'll have different comics on board. The comedy club is included in your cruise fare. You just have to get a reservation for it, and it is so good. I love going in here and just being entertained. And there's usually like 2 or 3 shows a day, and every day of your cruise. It's really impressive how good of a space this is. I do recommend checking it out, especially if my good friend Simeon is performing there. He is a must-see. Definitely get reservations for it if you're on Star of the Seas. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen is another specialty restaurant you'll find. It's actually on the Royal Promenade, and this is right in the middle of the promenade on Deck 6. Of course, you've also got a bar over there where you can actually order food from. So we'll see the restaurant in a second, but you could stop at the bar and order food here and get basically kind of like a la carte items off of it, including some of the pizzas that they serve here. Giovanni's wine bar is really nice. Great people watching, by the way, and also probably your best selection of wine while on Star of the Seas. But for a lot of folks, they just like having a drink and people watching on the promenade below. But Giovanni's Italian Kitchen is one of my favorite restaurants. I mean, it's Italian food, so I don't have to sit here and explain what Italian food is. But what I love about it is that it is Royal Caribbean's updated take on it. They have like just so many different choices, from the familiar, like the chicken parmesan. They have pizzas, but they also have some like more nuanced items and things that really make you, I think, stand out a little bit. And it's a great restaurant. It's a crowd pleaser. It's something that kids can enjoy, parents can enjoy. But again, it's not so much like standard, like red and white checkerboard Italian. It goes a little bit beyond that, and I just think it's one of those kind of restaurants where you're going to walk away from thinking, you know what, that was a really good meal, and it's something that I really do enjoy. And the fact it's on the Royal Promenade is very interesting because obviously it kind of almost blends into the energy that you'll find there. Moving down the promenade, we're going to go to the Schooner Bar. The Schooner Bar is the nautical theme bar, though really the nautical theme here on Star is not that pronounced to it. But this is the piano bar. This is where you're going to go for music in the evening. I mean, during the daytime, they'll like do trivia events and whatnot. But what I really think the Schooner Bar stands out for is the live music. You'll have a pianist over here that performs all sorts of music by request, just like dueling pianos. But here it's a little more tempered. It's a little more, I mean, there's energy. It's not like you're going to fall asleep to it, but it's really cool to be able to see the different performers here and enjoy their take on these great piano melodies and songs, and sometimes it's familiar stuff. It's like Elton John and Billy Joel, and other times they'll go all out. They'll do music you wouldn't even expect. Across the way is Boleros, the Latin-themed bar. This is where you can go not just for a pina colada and a caprihana, but also some great music. I mean, I think Boleros is one of those bars where like the music, the entertainment is actually more important or more focused than even the bar element. I mean, certainly they have some great drinks here at Boleros, and I love going to Boleros just to mix up my drinks, so I'm not just drinking the same things there because they have a special menu here. But the dancing at Boleros is really where it's at. I mean, I really feel like when you're going to Boleros, it is about the energy that you get from the band that plays there, especially in the evening. Lots of people dancing there. Really fantastic. Overall, the Royal Promenade on Star of the Seas is massive. I mean, if you've been on another Royal Caribbean cruise ship, you'll instantly know the difference. If you haven't, I think you'll really appreciate just simply how beautiful this space is, how open it is, and how easy it is to get from point A to point B. Now that we've seen the main areas, let's take a look at the other places around the ship, because we haven't really even scratched the surface of what everything there is to do on Star of the Seas. It's an incredible ship. Let's start off with my favorite place, the Windjammer, the buffet on board. This is the Windjammer Marketplace where you can go to get breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of your cruise. Of course, you can wash your hands before you get in there. Washy, everybody. It's really important. They have hand washing stations for you. And then when you walk in, it actually wraps around the ship. This is an incredibly large buffet with lots of different stations. Both the left and the right side are identical to each other, just mirrored, but it's really nice having so many choices. The Windjammer Buffet is really about just sheer variety of food. You're going to find such a wide variety, so many choices. It's great for picky eaters. It's great for people that are lazy. It's great for people that don't want to sit down for a full meal. It's great for people who want to stay in their bathing suit. There's no I don't say there's no dress code, but there's a very lax dress code here. And really, the Windjammer is about a convenient, easy option for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and there's so much variety here. When we first started cruising, I fell in love with the Windjammer. I still love the Windjammer for different reasons now, but having the sheer variety and sheer amount of food you can choose from is incredible. I think Royal Caribbean really does a great job with its international foods, especially. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, bacon and burgers and hot dogs, but I love the Indian curries. I love that there are different cooking stations, and you'll find Asian food, and you'll find food from the UK. It's really impressive, the variety you'll find. In fact, in the evening, the Windjammer mixes it up. It has a different theme to it. So, really impressive. Plus, there's complimentary drinks, as you can see here, with water stations and coffee stations. And there's a bar in case you're looking for something a little bit different, like an espresso, or a beer, or a cocktail. You're also going to find the Coca-Cola freestyle machines here as well. Again, you need to have a drink package for that with your souvenir cup in order to use them. But if you want to mix and match crazy combinations, well, you can totally do that. But really, I think what makes the Windjammer so good is that it's so easy, it's fast, and there's so many great choices here to enjoy. I really do recommend trying a lot of foods. That's the best part about cruising, is that there's so many different foods to consider, and a lot of it is included, so why not give it a try? And you'll also find a lot of seating in the Windjammer, lots of views outdoors. I love going to the back, because you'll find great tables that obviously are available, but also give you a view of where you're at and enjoy really the world passing by. It's truly incredible and one of my favorite places to go because, it's the buffet. I'm not going to make it seem like the buffet is the most amazing place on earth, but it really is enjoyable. Also, if you go all the way to the back of the Windjammer, there's some really cool artwork in the back, and this is wonderful for like selfies and Instagram backdrops, and I don't know what else the Zennials want to do with it, but you've got that option over there. Windjammer, yeah, I love the Windjammer. Another specialty restaurant that is truly incredible is the Lincoln Park Supper Club. This is a $200 a person cost in order to dine here. Now you're saying, whoa, that's crazy. Okay, before you say no, let me explain to you. The Supper Club is a curated meal. Your food, entertainment, and cocktails, which are all included, are matched up. It's an 8-course meal. And within there, you're going to have just an amazing dining experience. Top quality food, amazing cocktails, live music performing for you. I was blown away by it because this one is themed to Chicago. And so you've got the Chicago music and food and the mood of the 1930s and 40s. I was really impressed by what this is. It is $200 a person, but I can tell you that while I can't promise you it's worth it because everybody's worth is different, I was totally blown away by the value of this spot, considering that, again, if you start adding up what 8 different cocktails cost, plus the amazing food, plus the entertainment, Lincoln Park Supper Club is the ultimate night out. It does have a formal dress code, so make sure you bring a jacket if you're a guy. However, if you're looking for a little more pedestrian, but still very, very nice, the main dining room. The main dining room is spread across 3 different decks, 3, 4, and 5, and this is open for both breakfast and dinner every day of your cruise, and lunch on sea days. The main dining room is a staple of any Royal Caribbean ship. It's included in your cruise fare. You have the choice when you book your cruise of either traditional or My Time dining. Traditional, you have the same table, same dining time, same waitstaff. My Time has a little more flexibility with it, but you need to make reservations for it. Which one should you choose? There isn't a right or wrong answer. I mean, it's more kind of what your style is. And if you're not sure of your style, I'd recommend going with traditional first. And then if you'd like to, maybe change to My Time later on. But the main dining room has food included every day. The menus change for dinner every night of the cruise. There's a theme to it. It's really an impressive place. And by the way, when you're talking about dress codes on the ship, this is where it applies here in the main dining room. Adventure Ocean is the kids club on board. And I got to tell you, Royal Caribbean's Adventure Ocean Kids Club is, if not the best, No, I'm saying it. It's the best kids club at sea. Sorry, not sorry, other cruise line we're not going to mention here. You got Adventure Ocean Juniors, which is for 3 to 5 year olds. You've got the nursery for 6 to 36 months olds. You've got an area for kids that are between the ages of 6 and 12. You have a teen club. You're going to see all of this in a second. But I am so impressed with the level of programming and what kids can do here. This is all supervised. So you drop your kids off, sign them off, you, mom and dad, off to the casino and bar. Kids, you get to play and do games and draw and play video games and engage in all sorts of really cool activities. It is the best fun you're going to have as a kid on here. My children went through all this when they were younger, and I was really impressed by what Adventure has to offer. Plus, it's included in your cruise fare. Adventure Ocean has no cost between the ages of 3 and 17 years old, as long as before 10 o'clock. For the nursery, there is an hourly cost to it. Parents, I can tell you from experience, it's the best money you ever spent. So I say it's totally worth it to go for that. But truly, I think what Adventure Ocean stands out, the way that it really makes it seem like an amazing experience, is the level of programming options for kids to have fun. This isn't school. This isn't recess at school either. This is like, how can we have a great time together and enjoy a lot of fun? And what's great about Adventure Ocean is you can do your own thing. You can engage in group activities. It's not as like forced or curated as you might think, and I feel like that's really helpful for kids, especially because, you know, you're being dropped off there, you gotta make new friends, you don't know anybody necessarily. It can be a little daunting, but give it a try, and if your kids are willing to give it a try, go on the first day of the sailing where everybody is new, and then you can obviously meet everybody. On day 1 of the cruise, though, in the afternoon, they have an Adventure Ocean open house in which you can register your kids, they can walk through it, they can meet the counselors. It's really helpful to see all these areas, and I feel like, I mean, if I was that age, I would have loved this, and I'm really impressed by just how many activities, options, places to play, draw. This is incredible. I mean, I kind of wish I was a kid. I don't miss the homework or anything like that, but my goodness, I'd love to be able to hang out in Adventure Ocean if I was that age, because it looks like a really fun place to, you know, spend some time, and, you know, parents get a break from the kids get a break from the parents. It is win-win. Right across the way is Playmakers. Playmakers is a sports bar. Before we get there, though, we've got some artwork. Before you get to the Playmakers, there's the art gallery. If you'd like to purchase some art on board, they'll have art auctions. I don't recommend them personally, but hey, if it's your thing, more power to you. 6th and Main is the store that comes up before Playmakers. This is more of an elevated store, if you will. Like, they have Royal Caribbean stuff, but it's tied into like designer clothing. I'm not sure my description is doing this justice, but you get like vineyard vines with like Star of the Seas on it. So if you like to buy some souvenirs with that, you've got that there. But Playmakers, I love this. This is a sports bar on Star of the Seas. Playmakers has like the best vibe ever if you want to watch a game, have a beer, and have a good time and just kind of hang out. There's an arcade here. There's great food. All the food here, it's a specialty restaurant, but it's all a la carte. So if you just want to come in here and have nachos, you just pay for nachos. And it's really not that bad of a price. Obviously, there's a bars. You can order drinks and cocktails. There's TVs everywhere. So if you're on board for any major event, even minor event, it's probably being carried here. In addition to just, you know, regular, like, hey, you know, game of the week and various different games, you know, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. You can see the New York Yankees dominate yet again. This is all available for you at Playmakers, and it's a really cool area. The owner's box is an optional area you can purchase within Playmakers. Essentially, it's like a private area. Like if you and a bunch of friends want to watch the Yukon Huskies win again, well, you can rent out this area for you and your friends, and it comes with drinks and food and whatnot. Right behind Playmakers is Absolute Zero. This is the ice skating rink on board. It's kind of weird they have to go through Playmakers to get to Absolute Zero, but I know it's weird. Anyway, once you get here, though, the shows are really impressive. I know it's ice skating shows, and you're like, really, ice skating? I'm going to tell you this right now. The ice skating shows are better than you're thinking. It's really fun to be able to see the different performances, the incredible acrobatics, and there's a lot of music that's tied into it. So it really makes it a lot more relatable than you might think. It's fun. It's easy. It's included in your cruise fare. I really do recommend checking it out because I think it's going to be much better than you think. In fact, all the shows on Star of the Seas are really worth it. There is a teen club on Star of the Seas called Social 020. You can access it by essentially, before you get to Absolute Zero, there's a little secret passageway to get in here. And if you have a teenager between the ages of 13 and 17, this is an area for them. Teenagers typically come here, meet up on the first day, figure who everybody else is, add them all to the group chat, and then probably leave and go somewhere else. But they do have this area for them. Unlike Adventure Ocean, the Teen Club is meant to be a clubhouse. Like, hey, if you guys want to hang out here, this is your area just for you. Now, as an adult, I think this looks amazing. I'd love to hang out here. For teenagers, bruh, this is way too, like, not cool. Like, you know, there's just no, I don't know, there's no chill. Is there no riz to it? I don't know. Anyway, it's just not cool for them, but they come here for a little bit just to see what's going on. But hey, you got a teen club, you can register your teens when you're on board the ship. And then, of course, there's the Royal Theater. The Royal Theater is located on deck 4 and 5 forward, and this is where you're going to find the shows on board, the headliner on board. But forget all that for a second, because if you're in the Royal Theater and you're on Star of the Seas, you must see Back to the Future, the musical. This is the full musical from Broadway and the West End. Not like a little medley, not a preview, the full show with the DeLorean. I was blown away by it, and it's included in your cruise fare. Definitely get reservations for this before your cruise begins. It's a must-see. I was so impressed by this, and the Royal Theater is just a place you're going to be able to see Back to the Future, so I definitely go there. Again, they have other events occasionally, but I think you'll probably go there for Back to the Future. There's also Music Hall, very easily overlooked. It's kind of between the casino and the back of the ship, or the front of the ship. But anyway, the point is, the Music Hall is where you're going to find primarily live musical performances. Music Hall is where you'll find some game shows like Finish That Lyric, but they also have live bands to perform over here. It's really impressive. It's a huge space, really meant for like a concert, where you're not just watching it. Like, you know, we've seen the pub and you're sitting there sipping your drink. This is like, you're still sipping your drink here, but you're dancing, you're out there, you're fist pumping. It's really meant to have that more of a concert vibe with the Music Hall. So check out the live musical acts that occur here. It's really impressive. Vitality Spa is our next stop. If you're looking to get a spa treatment or some sort of activity here, this is an option for you. First up is Vitality Cafe. Vitality Cafe is where you can go to get various, like, I guess healthy drinks is the right way to talk about it. You know, a smoothie or a shake. You can also get coffee here. A lot of people don't realize that that's a thing, so maybe if the line is too long, or Pearl Cafe, this is a good alternative to it. But Vitality Cafe is where you can go to get something either before, after, or during one of your treatments. But I think the Vitality Spa is really about the treatments offered. There is a salon here in which you can get your hair or makeup done, or nails done for that matter. It's actually called To Dry For, and you can go get, like I said, different treatments for your hair, makeup, nails. We had our daughter's hair done once, and it's really nice having it done here. You know, sometimes it's just nice to have a blow dry and have someone do it for you, or get your hair cut. There's even a place for men to get a shave or a haircut for themselves, so don't feel like it's just for ladies out there. It's really nice that they have these options for you. Of course, everything you're going to see here in the Vitality Spa costs extra, but here's the barber shop as an example of just something like different. Like, you know what, you're on vacation, why not? There's also the thermal spa on board. If you want to buy a pass to the thermal spa, this is an option for you. Essentially, the thermal spa gives you a day pass. So you purchase it for the duration of your cruise. Now you can come here as long as you want. You can sit here for 10 minutes a day. You can go here for 3 hours a day. It's up to you. It includes a variety of different places like these thermal seats, the rainforest room, some of the steam rooms and whatnot, the sauna. It does cost money, but you can purchase it at the spa itself. Speaking of the spa, if you'd like to get a treatment done here, like maybe have a massage of some kind or acupuncture, this is where you can go. There are a variety of different spa treatments you can have at the spa. Generally speaking, when you're talking about, you know, should you book it before the cruise or after, or during rather, I should say, you know, really it's about your preference. If you purchase it before the cruise, you can lock in a specific time and a specific treatment, but on board the ship, they'll offer different specials. And the nice thing about these specials is maybe you'll get a better deal on, like, you know, 30 minutes with this massage and 30 minutes with this treatment. It's up to you, but talk to them about it. By the way, when you get on board Star of the Seas, you can actually tour the spa for no cost. Just simply tell them you like to do a tour, and there's really not a lot of sales pressure. They're pretty easygoing about it, but it gives you a good idea of what you can expect. Let's head over to the fitness center on deck 5 and 6. The fitness center is the gym on board. So I mentioned earlier we saw the jogging track, but the fitness center is where you can go to the gym. This is included in your cruise fare, by the way. There are some fitness classes that do cost extra, but the gym itself is included. So if you want to sign up for a fitness class, which costs extra, you can do so within the fitness center itself. There's a sign-up sheet, and you can do, you know, Pilates or spin class or something like that. But what I really love is the gym on here. I mean, this is not like a fitness center that you find at like your Marriott hotel that has, like, you know, a bench and an elliptical and a bike and something like that. I mean, this is really impressive. You can see here, I mean, this is like, I would say LA Fitness level. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Like, is that fair to say? Like, I mean, this is a very impressive facility. It's giant. There's windows where you can go on the treadmill and enjoy the view here. You've got ellipticals. You've got all sorts of weight machines. You've got benches, free weights, areas to do exercises I don't even know how to do in there. I am really impressed. Somebody who goes to the gym at home, when I go on Royal Caribbean and go here on Star of the Seas, I mean, this is high living. This is like, hey, a real gym, you know? And I'm really impressed by it. It's open pretty much 24 hours a day, and it offers you a lot of different choices. And as I mentioned, other than the classes, totally included. Let's head to the Crown Lounge next. This is an area just for Royal Caribbean's top tier Crown and Anchor Society members. If you're Diamond, Diamond Plus, or Pinnacle Club, this is a lounge just for you. Essentially, think of this as your little clubhouse, right? Like, kind of like the teen club is. I'm sure Crown and Anchor members do not want that kind of comparison, but really, this is an area for Diamond, Diamond Plus, and Pinnacle Club members to relax and enjoy. It's just for them. You need to have, enough points in order to reach Diamond level in order to access it here. There are hors d'oeuvres served here. There's a bar here as well, and the really cool thing about the Diamond Lounge is that it's your own private little enclave. When I go to the Diamond Lounge, or the Crown Lounge as it's called now, I go here because I want to enjoy a quieter area. Maybe we want to play some cards and meet some other guests on here. It's really great for it, and as you cruise more, this is going to be very much a go-to location. Across the way is the escape room. There's a couple different escape rooms in the Royal Escape Room, which has basically the same basic premise. You go here, you have about a certain amount of time, usually about an hour, to solve a series of clues and puzzles that lead you to a larger puzzle to figure out the solution to quote-unquote escaping the room. This is a group activity. It does cost extra to do that, but it allows you to try your chances and kind of see how your brain thinks and processes all of that. There's also a conference center on board, believe it or not, so you're probably not going to the conference center, unless, of course, you are part of a larger group and there's like a need for it, but I digress. Next up, we really need to talk about the destination elevators, because the destination elevators are really incredible. So instead of hitting the up button and waiting for an elevator, you tell it, I want to go to deck 9, and then you wait for the elevator, and it assigns you an elevator to go to. It's far more efficient. It works so well. It's really easy to use. You don't have to type in how many people. Just say, I want to go to this one, and you're good to go. And of course, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the cabins. There's a lot of different cabins on board. There are inside cabins, balcony cabins, suites, ocean view rooms. I mean, Royal Caribbean has a ton of different cabin types that offer all sorts of experiences. Which cabin should you book? Really, there isn't a right or wrong answer. It's really just a matter of your budget, what you're looking for, your style of cruising. You can go to an inside room and save some money, and then take that saved money and apply it to an awesome shore excursion, or an activity on board, or especially dining. Or you could simply splurge and get an amazing, suite that has enough room to fit you and 10 other people if you'd like to. The really cool thing about all the different cabins is they come in a variety of sizes and configurations, but the core is basically the same. You'll have a bed, your own private bathroom, you'll have some storage space, a TV. If you have a balcony, you'll have a balcony, window. It just kind of obviously depends on the room category, but there are 4 main categories: inside, ocean view, balcony, and suite. And within that, you have a lot of different subcategories, if you will. As to which cabin you should pick, I really recommend talking to a good travel agent to help you find the right choice for you. There are pros and cons to everything, like everything in life, but really when it comes to cabin choices, it's really balancing value, amenities, and space. So you're going to find a lot of different options. And on Star of the Seas, there are a lot of family cabins. These are cabins designed for families with 3, 4, even 5 passengers. So definitely look for those as well, because there's a lot of different room choices. And what I love about Royal Caribbean is they really lean into the multi-gen idea that, they know you're bringing, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, the kids, your aunts, weird cousin, the neighbor Kenny. I mean, you've got a lot of different choices in whom you're cruising with. And so there are a lot of different cabins. You can all room together. You can get separate cabins. It's really a lot of different choices to consider, and a lot of different prices as well. So when you're looking at your cabin choices, my recommendation is really talk to a good travel agent, figure out what your needs are, and you're good to go. Well, there you go. There is a look at Royal Caribbean Star of the Seas. I can't believe you made it through this entire video. Holy smokes, I appreciate it, but there's a lot to see and do here. Hopefully, this is going to help you understand how much there is to do on Star and be better prepared for it. There's nothing like these kind of ships. I mean, Star of the Seas is an incredible cruise ship. And when you're going on here, my recommendation is learning the most you can will really benefit you. Coming up next, I've got to look at my favorite things about Star of the Seas and what really stood out about the ship for you. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way, YouTube lets them have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.